All right. This is Monday, October 21st, my first Monday of the reading week. So, no college work, no nothing for the next 7 days. Well, yeah. Well, I probably should get started on some work like early on. But, alright. I just woke up this morning, read 20 pages of this book. I'm like almost through it. I'd say like 70% in. Now, this book, man, although it is really hard to get through, it's not that it's boring or it's just bad. It's actually really good and it's actually quite interesting, and I'm learning a lot. It's the Obesity Code, Why Your Body's Own Insulin is the Key to Controlling Your Weight. Unlocking the Secrets of Weight Loss by Dr. Jason Fung. Oh my god. I'm just saying, these scientists, these doctors do not know how to fucking title their book. Like, it's always some long, unending title. Because it's like, it's less like a book, but more like a long, absolutely long scientific report. Like, it's pretty hard to get through one scientific report, which is only a few pages of data and stuff like that. But this is 300 pages of just information. So, man. But there is something I've learned a lot from it. It's basically all of it is discussing the epidemic that we have today, which is obesity. He goes through the reasons why it is such a big thing and why the reasons we think it is just wrong. There's this idea. He has this idea, not idea. All of this is very scientifically backed up with new science and not just old science, and he's not afraid to to contradict traditional science with new science, because that is what science is all about. Science is basically saying old science is bullshit, and this is why, in a very analytical and scientific way. So this is idea that the whole world, like not the whole world, but at least North America, Asia now, Europe maybe has a obesity type of epidemic. Like, mans are just fucking fat, bro. People just fat. And no offense to fat people, and obviously I've struggled with being obese for like a good amount of my teenage years. And I think it's only now, I can't say for sure, it's only been 40 days after doing a keto diet that actually I feel like I have control over. And I'd have to say this book plays a good part in my knowledge about it. In the 4 years of me going through YouTube and articles of stuff about weight loss and what is the right way to do things, that is 5% of the 10% of the knowledge I have compared to this book, because this just goes very in depth, and it's not afraid to mention all the bullshit that is out there in terms of nutritional science. Because there is genuinely a lot of bullshit in nutritional science. Like, most people think, okay, here's an example. Most people think that calories is the one and done and the only thing you have to worry about to either gain weight or weight loss, because of it's because of thermodynamics. You eat more calories than you burn, your body will save up those excess calories in fat. That is the simple way. So people said, if you just eat less than you burn, you should lose more. But that is just the proximity cause, which means that is what's gonna happen if that situation is 100% accurate all the time and consistent. So, how do I explain proximate causes? Proximate causes. So a proximate cause is something that is immediately responsible for something. So when two cars crash, the cause of that car crash would be that the impact of those two cars created a massive boom, not boom, but like just two forces just and car crash. That is the proximate cause, but it could be that the person was drunk driving, or the other person was fucking on his phone and jacking off or something. So here's a good one I saw. Proximate cause: how an animal behaves. Okay, how an animal behaves is a proximate cause, and the ultimate cause is why an animal behaves the way it does. So it's kind of like the immediate causes of a certain behavior compared to the evolutionary causes of behavior. So he looks at obesity not in a proximate immediate way. He looks at it as evolutionary, why it does, and not just how it happens. So yes, in terms of thermodynamics, eating less calories than you burn should work, but most of the cases are that eating less calories has a insane impact on your body's hormones. So eating less calories will usually slow down your metabolism, because your body basically thinks, oh, I have less calories coming in, so it's probably wise to not burn as many calories. So you get more tired, you burn less energy, you expend less energy, and that's the body's response to the calories. So yeah, so this idea of proximate cause, so proximate cause is like the law of physics, like the inarguable law. So yes, calories in versus calories out is the law of thermodynamics, which means you there's less heat in and more heat out. So basically it means you just eat less and move more. That is simple, right? You just eat less and move more. But there's actual things that impact those things, that factor in to it. So let's say the ultimate. So basically, sorry, I'm just all over the place. I always am. Hopefully I'll get better at these things. I don't know. I don't even know. But calorie reduction error. Oh my god. So this idea that that the fact that we just eat more calories in general is just not it. Is why we gain so much weight as a society. But that usually doesn't work, because there's a cool analogy sort of thing that this doctor made, which was, if a coal factory gets usually 2,000 shipments of coal to run the factory, and all of a sudden it just gets cut, and so they burn about 2,000, right? Balance. So all of a sudden it cuts down to 1,500. The coal. So would it be smart to continue burning 2,000? No, because you would run out of coal. So to visualize this, not visualize, but okay, sorry. So let's say the coal factory gets 1,500 shipments. They would not burn 2,000. They would not continue doing that. So they would actually cut down to 1,500. Or better yet, the matter would be like, oh, what if this gets cut down again? So you know what? Let's burn less than what we actually get, so we can save up some coals just in case. another thing happens. So that is basically what the body does in terms of calories out and calories in. It has, it's like a thermostat basically. So let's say to lose weight, you have to keep your body thermostat high. This is such a bad analogy, but a thermostat basically has a set temperature that it wants to stay at. So even if let's say there's a sudden bang, there's a sudden like burst of cold wind that comes to the window, and all of a sudden your house gets cold. So the thermostat, what will the thermostat do? It will raise the temperatures of your heater or whatever to combat that sudden coldness, so it can bring it back to that set temperature. So your body has a set weight basically. It's so instead of controlling the outside temperatures, you try and control the body set thermostat. So you try and lower the thermostat instead of trying to lower the temperature, because your body will fight back. Your body fights back to bring it to the desired temperature. So here's a useful treatment. So let's say the proximate cause is calories in, calories out. So let's say their solution to that is let's just eat less and move more. But here's the ultimate cause. The ultimate cause is insulin. This doctor worked for decades of years, and I don't even know decades. Fuck me if I know, but I know he's done a lot with insulin and diabetes patients, and there is countless multiple scientific studies. I'm not a scientist. I freaking don't know who made what. I'm just a dude trying to lose some weight and trying to talk things out. So insulin is the cause of weight gain. Well, not the cause, because studies have shown that despite all the different diets and different sort of diets we've gone through as a society, it's been shown that insulin increases obesity. Insulin causes weight gain. So reduced insulin causes less weight loss. That is the case. There is studies on that. I don't know how it works. Insulin, I know, is the thing that, there's, what is insulin? Oh god, that sounds stupid now. It's like a hormone, right? Insulin is a hormone, and it's the thing that allows you to use energy from the food you eat. It allows you to take glucose from sugar, right? So the idea that we just get more insulin is not that one cause as well, because there's also insulin resistance, which means the more insulin resistance we are, the less effective insulin can be at taking glucose from food. So if you are insulin resistant, you need more sugar. You need more not sugar, but you need more stuff. You need more glucose for that to get in, if that makes sense, because it's so resistant. So oh my god, I'm trying to get better at this. Just like, oh my god, but it is helping actually. Just talking everything out. Oh, it is hot in my room. Okay, maybe that's a little low. Turn that down to 1. Okay. Oh. Okay. What were we talking about? So, yes, insulin. That is what I found from this book. He is very, very supportive of the fact that insulin causes weight gain, and I have reason to believe him, because he just fucking gave me like data and graphs and scientific bullshit, unlike all the stupid web articles that I've fucking read, because it's just simpler to read. But I guess to gain real knowledge, there is the boring shit you have to get through. again, it's not as boring as I'm making it out to be. I'm just retarded. So, what else is some things? So he breaks down a lot of myths. He's a myth buster in terms of nutritional science, in terms of obesity and heart disease and stuff like that. So, as exercise myth, the fact that people think exercise is we're so obsessed with exercise in terms of weight loss. When people say you need to gain weight, lose weight, what is the one thing you think of? You don't think of, oh, maybe I should. You do think of eating healthier, but what do you immediately think of? Most people would probably think exercising. You know what? I should get a gym membership. That is the first thing. I should lose some weight. So their January New Year resolution is, let me get a gym membership. But that is just it's just an incorrect way of going about it, because exercise has very little to do in terms of weight loss. Now, exercise is good. You should be doing it every day, and it's like brushing your teeth. It's something you should be doing, but it's not exactly for weight loss. It's more for just staying healthy, feeling good, and this is not about benefits of exercise. That's for maybe another topic, but it's just good for you, exercise, but it's not for weight loss. So look at it at your diet and what you're eating, how you're eating, and when you're eating is what you should be looking at, because in terms of weight loss, diet is like 90% and exercise is like 10%. Diet is like Batman and what's his fucking sidekick's name? Robin. And exercise is Robin, right? Should be good. They should be used together. But you gotta know which is more important. Which is very true, because I've in terms of personal experience, I've known that there's been times where I exercised a lot and actually been consistent in the gym, but that lack of progress in terms of weight loss has really motivated me at times, because I thought, oh, since I'm going to the gym, I'm lifting heavy weights, I can just eat whatever the fuck I want. So, not the case at all, which makes sense. I've known this before, but he went in depth and just, yeah. So this idea that obesity is a calorie imbalance is just wrong. The fact that people just think, oh, we're just eating way more calories than we're burning. That, yes, that is partially true, but obesity is a hormonal imbalance rather than calorie imbalance. I think that's where we get most wrong. So hormones. Which hormones affect obesity? Insulin and cortisol. Now, I've talked about insulin. Cortisol is basically your stress hormone, and let's be honest, we're all fucking stressed, right? Cortisol, it's a steroid hormone. It's what makes us So cortisol is, we need to reduce it. And insulin. Wow, this is a shit video. So, if there is anything to say, I'd say insulin resistance is the biggest factor. One of the biggest factors in terms of obesity. Because insulin resistance it's something probably most of us on the standard North American diet, which is fucking fast food, cookies and snacks. So things raised in especially processed sugars, processed carbs, refined carbs it increases insulin resistance, and it's a really bad paradox, because increasing insulin resistance, which means we have to intake more insulin for us to feel better, and for that our insulin resistance would just keep on going up. And the reason why the society today is just very insulin resistant is because of how often we eat. We way too often, and what we eat is already bad enough for us. The fact that we eat from, let's say, some of us eat as soon as we wake up, which is 8, and as soon as we sleep, which is 10. That is a 14 eating hour window where we just eat with snacks in between. The 3 meals and snacks in between. So, back in the 1970s... Oh my god, I'm going too fast. Okay. So, back in the 1970s, there has been... people generally ate 3 meals. And they were fine. They weren't that obese, actually, compared to now. And they were eating stuff like Oreos and other bullshit, the same stuff we do. But only recently, in the last 20 years, have we introduced snacking. This idea, food industries, they'd always promote snacking. Snacking is so good for you. Wow, it keeps your energy levels up. There's snacking programs for kids, and that snacking is what causes our insulin spikes. Because every time you eat food, there is an insulin response from your body. And insulin causes weight gain and obesity. So, the more you're in an insulin state, the more you gain weight. So, you're in this insulin state for 14 hours. We eat small meals, eat these little snacks, make us feel healthy and shit. Which is like fair enough, right? But what else? So when we eat is very important. So fasting, this idea of fasting, fucking fasting, it has been one of the most time-tested things to actually control your weight and be healthy. Fasting, intermittent fasting, is really good, and I'm so glad it's starting to become more popular, because it is generally science-backed that fasting will make you healthier, and it will, as among weight loss. Weight loss is like 10% of the benefits from fasting. Fasting is really good for you. It curbs your cravings and makes you you have more energy. Okay, it's not benefits of fasting. I'm just saying fasting has been good. People have been doing it for thousands of years, and this myth that fasting is bad for you because you're starving yourself is just incorrect. I get judged a lot for not eating for one day, because I just choose to not eat that one day, because I know that fasting will be good for me, and from personal experience, it is good for me. It's really good for me. But this idea that we snack 24/7, we are always eating. So every time we eat, every time there is something, food, anything, there's food molecules on our tongue or anything, the body senses that and starts, before even getting the nutrients, it starts secreting insulin. There's already insulin spikes going up and down, up and down. So, to curb that, fasting is good. That is the general. Now, I am oversimplifying this book. There is so much. There's so much. So basically, summary. Processed foods, bad for you. Obviously, people knew that. But obesity is not a calorie problem. It's a hormone problem. So basically, the base of the book is, the message I got from this book is nutritional science is just fucking complicated. But do your research, find what works for you, but also don't be naive about it. So yeah, man, it's just crazy how there's so much misinformation out there. There's a lot of misinformation, especially in the nutritional world. Because it's just hard to actually get. It's a complex problem, obesity, and there's a lot of complex causes for that, because just like any disease, obesity is a multifactorial disease, which means there's a good amount of factors that play into it. Like cancer, it's your age, your gender, your family history, if you smoke, if you do shit like this, if you do shit like that, if you eat shit like this, if you eat shit like that. There's a lot of different factors that go in there. There's more important factors than some. But just like any disease, obesity is a multifactorial disease, which means that there's a lot of factors that go into it. Calorie consumption, energy consumption, how much energy you burn, how stressed you are, what kind of food are you eating, when you're eating, how often you're eating, if you get enough sleep. Man, the list goes on. There's obviously more important factors such as when you eat and insulin and just controlling your hormones. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. This is hard, yo. So, hopefully I get better at this. But I think this is just a way for me to just say stuff. I don't even care what I say, right? I could be uploading this, but you know, it's just good for me to talk about it. Maybe I could talk about this some other day when I'm more organized in terms of speaking and articulating myself in a way that is understandable. But for now, I'm just going all over the place because, damn, this is a thick book. Thick for me anyway, in terms of educational, scientific book. So, some books, actually, speaking of books, some books I'm excited to read about. And you know what, that's for another video. That's for another thing. Okay. I might as well show it. Who the fuck cares, right? Alright, so these two I just got. Oh, that's a book. Nope. Okay. This. How to win friends and influence people in the digital age. The digital age doesn't really matter. The original book was How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a book. Apparently, it helps a lot of people in terms of their social life because there's a lot of information being known. I heard the title is a bit clickbaity because it is not about winning friends and influencing them and manipulating people. It is not about that at all. It is actually about stop talking about yourself and focus on the other person and generally becoming a better person to be around with. So I'm excited for that. Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor E. Frankl. Now this, Dr. Jordan Peterson told me this is one of, if he had to recommend one book, even including his own book, if he had to recommend one thing, it would be this. Now, some backstory. This person, he's a psychiatrist, Viktor Frankl. He was in one of the Nazi death camps, and this is basically a memoir. I don't even know what that means. So basically based on his own experience and the stories of his patients, the book argues that we cannot avoid suffering, but we can choose how to cope with it, find meaning in it, and move forward. So basically, despite all he's gone through, and I'm like 10% in the book, and he's gone through some shit. I mean, Nazi death camps, that's no joke, man. That is crazy. And for him to go through that and see how he moves on with it and not complain. He does complain, right? It's fucking hard out there. But not just complain, but like actually try to move on and find meaning in things despite the suffering, despite the despite it all, you know? Despite it all, he finds meaning within suffering. So this I'm really excited to get into because I'm just excited. Alright. Oh my god. The range of topics in this video, bro. So life update. Life update. Bang bang. It's Monday. Just got done some reading. I'm playing Fortnite now, dude. What? Fortnite? The hell? Yeah. Yeah. Losing weight. There's still a good amount. Lost 30 pounds though. 30 pounds, around 30 pounds in around a month, 2 months. So you already know, veins are coming back, muscles, but oh, can't see that. Boat, shoulder action, bicep action, some tricep action, dude, and some chest action. Let's go, baby. Okay, this is retarded. I'm so glad I'm alone in the house right now. What's up? What's up? You know, this is good for me. Just this. Also good if I ever die and just I have something to just leave behind. You know, that'd be cool, man. Oh man. All right, see you.